welcome back. You're watching Cruise1st TV with Derek and Polly this time with a really special show for you right now that I know so many of you will be very, very excited to see. We're always listening to what you would like to see on the channel, which is why we always ask for your emails, and lots of you have been in touch asking for solo cruise deals, and here we are to deliver just that.
Yes, that's right. Coming up, we've got 4 deals with an array of different cruise lines taking us right around the world, including the Italian Riviera with MSC, Australia and the Great Barrier Reef with Carnival, the Canary Islands with P&O Cruises, as well as the ultimate Caribbean escape with Norwegian Cruise Line.
I'll take one of each of those.
Oh, absolutely.
Sounds lovely, doesn't it?
It does.
Best of all, we've worked hard, really very hard, in fact, hand in hand with the cruise lines to bring you some of the best solo cruise prices we've ever seen, with deals starting from under £1,000. And over the course of the next half an hour, let us showcase why a cruise holiday is the perfect getaway for you. It's funny, actually, when it's really strange in some way, because when you say solo, you kind of think, oh, actually, that's quite a kind of sad thing. But a lot of people are single by choice and like to be. You know, a lot of people are solo by circumstance. People like to cruise with friends, but don't necessarily want to share the cabin with them.
Absolutely.
As well. So solo prices are really, really important. And I know how important they are to you as well. We've had lots and lots of emails. And sometimes, it's funny actually as well, even if you are, you know, fully married, fully partnered, whatever, it's quite nice sometimes just to have a little solo escape.
Get away by yourself. Oh my goodness, I would love that. So here's one that might tempt you if you want a bit of a break from the family. MSC Cruises Italian Riviera from Barcelona. It's 7 nights. We've got various dates available from January next year through to March 2025. Now you'll fly from the UK to Barcelona and join MSC World Europa for your 7-night full board cruise. Now, as we were saying with solo cruising, there's so many reasons to take a solo cruise.
Well, it's wonderful. You're never lonely on a cruise, are you?
But you can be if you want to be. That's the other thing. There's so much going on. But actually, if you're going to escape and you want to be by yourself, you can do that. You can dine alone. You can lie in till midday, go to the spa and not speak to another person.
It's very true.
If you don't want to.
The cruise lines are great, though, because what they do is they build into the programmes opportunities, like you say, if you want to. You might not want to, but opportunities where solo passengers can all meet in one place, and then you know what it's like. You can just be walking around a cruise ship and strike up a conversation with someone. Suddenly you have a new friend. Should we meet up for dinner later? Should we go and see the show later? Are you going on an excursion tomorrow?
Should we do the 6:30 a.m. spin class together? No.
Yeah, that'll be a no from me, Polly.
Your face said it all. And as well, if you are cruising on board and perhaps you're feeling a little bit shy and you don't know what to do, you head to the bar. The crew are so friendly. Strike up a chat with one of the bar persons. You know, they're going to be from all over the world. You've got lots to talk about. And then each night you go, I'll go there. They'll know what drink I want. You start the evening and then other people will flock to the bar. And before you know it, there's a big crew of you there chatting away.
I tell you what as well, the other thing about cruising solo is when you go into the speciality restaurants, for instance, if you're treating yourself to a special meal, I'm thinking on MSC, loads and loads of different choices, you don't necessarily have that, not embarrassment, but some people are a little bit conscious of walking into a restaurant and saying, yeah, it's just me. But when you have a speciality restaurant, they're already smaller and more boutique, and so there's not that kind of awkwardness. So you really can enjoy every element. And of course, you can do what you want and when you want. You can please yourself when you're cruising solo. I'm liking the idea more and more by the second.
I know there's so many reasons. So whether you're going because you are by yourself or you're wanting that break by yourself, solo cruising is going to be the perfect holiday for you. So cruising out of Barcelona, arriving in France, Marseille, a dynamic port city, you've got cultural diversity. You can watch the fishermen sell their catch by auction at View Harbour, on to Genoa, which is the port for Portofino in Italy. It's stunning. It's made famous because that's where the rich and famous holiday. It's got all the designer shops there as well, but it's also a beautiful harbour. On to the port for Rome, Civitavecchia. Now, you're getting to see such incredible ports on this itinerary without all the planning, the booking, and with excursions when you're on one of these ports. It's amazing because the excursions, you're with a group of people and there's so much to do do when you're in Rome. You've got the Colosseum, the Pantheon. Then it is the port for Palermo. Now, while you're in port, there's, like we're saying, all those excursions to do, and the guides will show you the sights, so you don't need to get nervous. Next, it's Malta, which is Valletta. Now, a top tip for cruising solo is to get to know your cruise director walking around the ship. They know you're a solo passenger. They'll give you all the insights onto what's coming up. Now, cruising back to Barcelona, where you fly home to the UK.
This is lovely, isn't it? This is a nice little getaway. Do you know what? Actually, if you are travelling on your own, and maybe, you know, at the moment you're taking holidays that you love. You go to a place in the sun, you spend a week in a hotel, and then you come back again. And you love that because you've been doing it for year on year on year. But now you're thinking, right, okay, come on, be brave. You know, you've done that week in a beach hotel. You've met lovely people there, people that you keep in touch with as well. You can keep yourself to yourself. You can mix with other people if you want to. And the next step of that, I suppose, is trying a cruise holiday. Or maybe, you know, you cruised with a partner that, you know, isn't with us now, or, you know, you've parted company with, and you loved a cruise holiday, and you've thought, I can't do it again now because I can't do it on my own. You absolutely can. Now listen, this is not far away at all. Chance to cruise solo on the brand new MSC World Europa. Looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Remember, included is a flight from the UK out to Barcelona. That's 7 nights of cruising to France and Italy, plus the flight back from Barcelona as well. Let's have a look at your price tag for this. It's really, really good, actually. Fantastic little solo offer, this. And if you want to add nights in Barcelona, you can very, very easily. And if you would like a balcony, you're thinking, I can't have a balcony, Derek. It's going to cost me 3 times as much again. No, actually, for the price of an ocean view upgrade, we'll upgrade you again to a balcony on this offer as well. So let's go and look at the price for that then, shall we? Ooh, now, cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. Now that is the ultimate in luxury, especially on this brand new ship as well on World Europa, because imagine, there you are, you've no one else to please, you can get up when you like, have a lazy breakfast out on the balcony, you could even have your dining of an evening brought to the balcony for you. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? There are other dates on the package as well from January next year. Isn't that funny? January next year, it's like we're knocking on next year already, aren't we? Right the way through to dates in 2025 as well. And of course, very, very easy to add nights in Barcelona, either before or after the cruise on this one. Just make sure you talk to the team and we can make all of that happen for you as well. 0800 953 4700. There are loads and loads of solo offers as well. You've noticed as well on these shows, I mean, this is a solo dedicated show, but on a lot of our cruise shows, we've started adding solo prices as well. And they really are cracking deals, loads of them as well. Now, we've got a bit of a shout out, Polly, I believe.
We have. It's for solo cruise deals. It's for Gillian, Ian, Rebecca, Kim, Deepak and Carol. So hi. Just the people that have been asking for a bit of a mention and these sorts of cruise offers. So I hope you're enjoying the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Loads and loads of people drop us an email and we want you to keep emailing us as well with lots and lots of new ideas. studio@cruise1st.tv. We are always here and we are always all ears for your ideas as well for the show. studio@cruise1st.tv. Right, okay, let's go fun cruising now with Carnival. And we're going down under. We're going to Australia and the Great Barrier Reef with Carnival. We've got a Sydney stay included as well. Lots of different dates on this one from April next year through to May in 2025. We're pricing it on the 1st of May. Oh, that's not far away either, is it?
Not at all.
Wow. Right, let's get flying off down under to Sydney, where it's already tomorrow. Most of the time, isn't it?
It is. So we're going to start things with 4 nights in a hotel, which I think you'll need after the flight. And with the jet lag and everything, I think it's the perfect way to start things off before your epic cruise adventure. It's one of Australia's largest cities. Obviously, it's known for the Sydney Opera House, massive Darling Harbour as well. There's incredible beaches that you've got there as well. The skywalk is well worth doing, and you get that 360-degree view. So much going on in Sydney. Then it's time to join Carnival Splendor for your 10-night full board cruise. So much fun. Now, if you are cruising solo with Carnival, wow, there is so much going on. You love it, don't you? Because of all the activities. You are
you will love it. Actually, do you know what? The other thing about, because there are so many family groups cruising in general, across all the cruise lines actually, because there are so many families who are cruising together with lots and lots of different people. Quite often they split off and do their own thing anyway. So it's, you know, it's not like someone travelling solo, you know, sticks out in any way whatsoever, because there are so many people on board having so many different, you know, activities. And you do naturally, when you're waiting at a bar to be served, you know, you're at the buffet or whatever, you just get chatting to people. It is such a social affair anyway. And just look. Amazing.
Look at the activities, and that is what Carnival knows for. So you've got, I mean, if all these activities seem overwhelming, don't worry. You've got the freedom to do what you want when you want.
Yeah.
So if you want to do all these activities, go for it. But if you just want to lounge by the pool and read a book or go to the spa, you go for that as well. Now, yeah, like if you're travelling solo, you don't have to feel pressured to join into every activity going. Relaxing's fine, but if you're cruising with Carnival, honestly, there are so many activities you will want to get involved. It's what it's known for. It's lively.
Oh, you
love it. Great atmosphere.
And this cruise is incredible because it's around Australia.
Yeah. Going to these incredible places, cruising out of Sydney, arriving in Airlie Beach, which is the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef. Wow, the hub for all the activities there, Cairns. Now, you'll never need to dine alone when you're on a solo, you're cruising solo, unless you kind of want to, if you're not in a group. You can always ask the maitre d' to be seated with other singles on a table as well, which is really lovely. Port Douglas, which has got more access to the Great Barrier Reef, the Daintree rainforest, waterfalls, gorgeous, abundant natural beauty. But a scenic cruising of Willis Island there. Look at all that wildlife you're going to see.
It's only a few hundred metres, Willis Island as well. It has a weather station on it and the black-footed boobies. Oh, we're going to Morton Island. We're going to Tangalooma, which sounds totally exotic,
made up.
doesn't it?
There is so much to do there, isn't there? Oh, look at that. You're going to enjoy it. Jump on a Segway. You've got some paddle boarding, quad bike adventures while you're there as well. You can go wild dolphin feeding too. Then you are going to have a day at sea, rack to Sydney and fly back home to the UK.
This is such a brilliant offer. I have to say, it's already booking quick. I'm going to let you into a little secret, as well as talking to you here in our studio here in the UK. Yeah, no, I'm going to tell him, Mr. P. We also make shows for our sister brand in Australia, which is called Cruise1st. And earlier this week, in fact, of recording this show, I was talking about this offer, but to the Australians. And of course, you know, if you live in Australia, you're just going to Sydney and taking this cruise, and it's already proving very, very popular as well. They absolutely love cruising in Australia, so go and join the Australians. And I mentioned that partly as well because it's not just Brits that will be taking this holiday. Yeah, sure, we're showing you this right now in the UK for a holiday in Australia, but guess what? We're talking to the Australians about booking this holiday from Australia as well. So you're going to be meeting people from far and wide as well. So it's not like you're going to be bumping into, you know, Janice 2 streets down and her saying, oh, you're here on your own, are you? No offence if your name's Janice. Anyway, listen, this is for May next year before I dig myself any deeper. May next year, which is very soon, in fact, 16 nights in all, included in the price I'm about to give you, the flight from the UK down under to Sydney, 4 nights in a hotel there, 10 nights of fun cruising on Carnival Splendour around Australia, perfect ports for the Great Barrier Reef and exploring there and just enjoying what is the wonder of Australia, and of course the flight back from Sydney to the UK. Now, your price tag on this is super, super good. Now, on some of the later dates, you can put a deposit down on this one as well. 2299 per person is your price tag if you fancy this getaway. And actually, do you know what? That seems remarkably good considering there's just the one of you travelling. This is a solo special, and you are travelling so far and doing so much. Now, remember, on some of the later dates on this one, you can put a low deposit down on this one, but if you fancy this as a cheeky deal, or if you know someone that is looking for a holiday like this, actually just send them the details right now. You can give them that reference there and tell them to put it into our website or send them to this show, yeah, and we can help them out as well. You can become their travel agent. Let's look at the upgrades then, shall we? There are other dates on the package on this one from April next year through to May in 2025. Obviously, if it's a little bit further out, you can put a lower deposit down today to make it happen. Of course, remember the price varies by date, but that is an absolutely brilliant opportunity, don't you think? We're going to Australia. You've got 4 nights in Sydney, and then you've got that fabulous cruise on Carnival Splendor for 10 nights. Wonderful. That's a brilliant price, don't you think? Really, really good. Say yes, Derek. Thank you. Yes. 0800 953 4700. 0800 953 4700 is your number to call, and remember, it's free and you can talk to us 7 days a week. Now listen, we know that so many of you have been in touch with us and you might have thought, I've sent you an email and you've not done anything about it. We have. So just amongst the people who've sent in emails about solo cruise offers, Jennifer, thank you. Charles, thank you. Leslie, Amanda and Evelyn as well. Thank you very, very much. And we are going through. We do get an awful lot of emails, and you might think that just goes into a black hole, but they all get read. And honestly, Mr. P and myself, we sit down with the team at Cruise1st very regularly and say, right, okay, this is what people want, so let's do something. Let's do a special show. We work very, very hard for you. Don't you worry that. Right, let's go on another solo offer next with P&O Cruises. Now, this is brilliant because this is full package flights and private transfers on this one as well. And we're going to Sunshine. Oh, it's soon, isn't it?
It is.
2nd of January.
I know.
That's like a few weeks.
I know. Canary Islands with a Tenerife stay, 10 nights, 2nd of Jan. Great way to start the new year. We'll fly you to Tenerife where, as Derek said, we've included the transfer to the hotel for your 2-night pre-cruise stay to enjoy.
Lovely.
Love Tenerife. I love that year-round sunshine there.
Imagine going on the 2nd of January as well.
Just wonderful. And what I like about Tenerife, you can go and explore. You can go to Mount Heidi, go and see that volcanic mountain. It's absolutely gorgeous. You've got the beaches, you've got great shopping, you've got restaurants. It's kind of whatever you want it to be.
I'm going for the tan.
I know. What's lovely as well, we've also included then your transfer to join your incredible cruise ship, and it's a private one as well, which is lovely. Oh,
not the cruise ship, the transfer.
Yeah, nice private cruise ship. You have got 7 nights on board Azura. Now, one of the most popular ships within the P&O fleet, which is lovely. Lots going on, loads of places to relax, whether it's the spa, doing the yoga, doing the Pilates. Oh, look at that, having a massage. Now, if I went solo cruising, that's exactly what I would want, that R&R, that rest and relaxation in the day. But then come evening, I would like to socialise.
Well, I was just thinking, I've actually cruised solo quite often, going on trips to go and very hard work to go and check out cruise ships. I've just been on a 4-night cruise not that long ago, cruising solo, and so actually, do you know what? If you are the kind of person that likes to keep yourself to yourself, there's always lovely little bolt holes. It might be the library, it might be a coffee shop, might be a little corner of a bar where you just go and escape everything and everyone. But conversely, you strike up the most fascinating conversations when you're on cruise ships. So I think you never feel like you are, like you have to be. You can be on your own if you want to be. If that's how you choose to be, then that's absolutely fine. But you never feel alone on a cruise ship. Absolutely.
I've got a good friend who does cruise by herself out of choice. She has a husband, she has children, and she just likes every now and then a break by herself. She likes to meet new people. She likes the chat. She likes the vibe. And that's absolutely great. Like we've mentioned earlier, though, in the show, if you're single by circumstance and you want to go and meet new people, it's also such a great way to do it. And
I'm going to sound terribly sexist for a moment, but ladies, if he goes off to the rugby for a week, why can't you go off to the sun for a week? I'm just saying, could be very much the other way around as well, and I'm not being sexist, and I don't want to cause offence to anyone, but you know what I mean? Lots of people are doing it these days, and it's nice to do.
So cruising out of Tenerife, you then are going to arrive in the port for Madeira, Funchal, the home of Cristiano Ronaldo. So lots going on there. Must head to the museum. Next, it's La Palma in the Canary Islands, known as the beautiful island Isla Bonita. Then it is on to Fuerteventura. Lovely there. Lots of amazing beaches as well. Head to the mountains, the parks, lots going on before cruising back to Tenerife after a lovely week of nice winter sun. And of course, we've included that lovely private transfer at the end of your holiday as well.
Yeah, which is very nice. This is lovely. Actually, I'm a bit tempted myself, actually, to be honest with you. You know, my other half has just been off to Italy for a month under the guise of buying marble to sculpt, you know, and that took a month. So I think I could take a cheeky week as a solo on something like this. It is coming up very, very soon. There's no better time of year. If you're like me and you're not good with the winter, I'm almost ready for the cardboard box to go and hibernate. But don't worry, I'll come back for the shows. But 2nd of January, wouldn't it be lovely to fly off to the airport and away you go? 10 nights getaway, private transfers included, flight out to Tenerife, your transfer to your hotel from the airport for a 3-night stay, transfer from the hotel to Azura for yet 7 nights cruising around the Canaries, and then the transfer from the port in Tenerife to the airport and the flight back to the UK. Job done, thank you very much. And the price tag is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. This is a great solo price tag. Should we all go? Shall we? Should we all go one by one, shall we? Actually, do you know what? However big Azura is, there'll be a lot of people booked on this already, and 2, that offer will sell out of the door very, very quickly. It's under £1,000 right now. It's absolutely phenomenal. Do you know what? 2nd of January as well. You think about it, almost no one goes on holiday on the 2nd of January, do they? Because if you think about it, it's freezing cold here. You know, you've just done Christmas, you've just done New Year. What a wonderful little getaway. Should we have a look at the upgrades as well? So if you want to go from inside up to... What? What? What's happened, Mr. P? That is incredible. So just £49 more to go ocean view. Well, let's just say 1099 balcony, shall we? Thank you very much. All the transfers, all the flights, 3-night stay in Tenerife, or Tenerife, as we used to call it. Wonderful. Okay, if you like that, or if you know that this would be a good idea for someone else right now that isn't watching the show, let them know and get them to call us on 0800 953 4700. It's a free call. We're here 7 days a week, and you want to get that one snapped up as quickly as you can. It goes on the 2nd of January. It's a late deal. There'll be a lot. Actually, that ship will be already, you know, sort of well subscribed already. So it'll be last few places, I would imagine, for a solo deal there as well. Thank you to all the lovely people that have emailed as well, asking for shows like this, a solo full show. So big shout out to Margaret and to Isabel and Mary and Diane and Hilary and Virginia as well. Just a selection of the people that have emailed us recently asking about solo deals. Right, we're going to squeeze in one more deal before the end of this show, and it's with Norwegian this time. We're going to the Caribbean, all inclusive, with a New York stay as well for 15 nights. Now this is a little bit further into the future, 27th of November next year. We're flying to New York first, which is lovely. Do you know, I've still not been to New York.
Oh,
can you believe?
I think it's coming. It's coming very soon for you.
In
New
the
York,
next 2 years.
It's an amazing place. If you just want to people watch and just everything is amazing. Just Times Square, going there, going to Blooming. It's a train station, but Grand Central Station. Yeah, it's a train station like no other. And there's just
but you've never been there before. That's the thing. When you go somewhere for the first time, it is the most exciting thing, isn't it?
But I think New York, you could go again and again and get that feeling. Yeah. Look at that. Going to see the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty. They're so iconic. We've seen them in movies all our lives, and you're going to see them yourself. Now, then you're going to board the brand new Norwegian Prima for your 11-night all-inclusive cruise.
What a treat.
Look at this. We love new, don't we? We love new. We love good prices, but we love new too.
Yeah,
look
just
how
launched.
exclusive she looks. Absolutely gorgeous. Now there's loads of new features on board, experiences as well. They've made it really spacious as well. I think now with cruise ships and new ones, they have just taken every single thing into account. Like no expense is spared, and it's just so evident when it comes to the entertainment on board. I mean, look at that. I was having dinner the other night with some friends and I was talking about this. You know, go-karts, racing track on a cruise ship.
I know, it sounds crazy, doesn't it?
It sounds mental when you're saying, but it's so good. Look at that. I mean, that water park is amazing. Oh my goodness. I mean, this looks like the most incredible spa that you've ever seen. Look at that. It's just on the food as well. You're going to have the best time when you're on this cruise ship. That's a good point.
Actually, Mr. P has just said you might meet the next love of your life on one of these cruise ships. It might be on the racetrack. You never know.
My friend's dad met his wife on a cruise ship. Yeah, it's a good story. So, yeah, and they've been married now for 10 years, which is lovely. They'd both swapped their partners and they met on the cruise ship.
Aww.
Gorgeous. Cruising out of New York, arriving in the Dominican Republic, Puerto Plata. The beaches here are absolutely breathtaking. An absolute natural paradise. On to Puerto Rico, San Juan. Visit the Castillo San Felipe del Morro, 140 feet above the sea with 18-foot thick walls. Wow. Basseterre St. Kitts next. It's walking distance from the port. You can find the circus and Independence Square there as well. Lots of shops lining the streets. Really, really lovely local stuff being sold. St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, duty-free shopping there, which sounds absolutely amazing. You'll enjoy that while you're there. Then staying in the Virgin Islands, it's Tortola. Again, incredible beaches. The most famous there is Cane Garden Bay Beach. And there's black sand there, though. And also you've got Smuggler's Cove Beach, which you might have heard of. Cruising to Royal Naval Dockyard in Bermuda. If you're a military and maritime history buff, you'll absolutely love it here. Bags of history going on. Cruising to New York, where you'll fly back home. That is a great itinerary, action-packed. You'll love that.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? It's nice to plan it as well. You know, we're talking about a year away now, aren't we? Which is fantastic. So it's quite nice to kind of, you know, plan that in advance. And it might be that you've got friends in America. It might be that you meet up with other people when you're in America and make arrangements. It's funny, as lots of us have friends now right the way, you know, across the globe. The world is kind of becoming a little bit smaller because it's easier to travel around the world as well. But this is lovely because you've got a great Caribbean itinerary as well. So next November, 15 nights all told. Included is the flight from the UK out to New York. 3 nights in a hotel there, which is brilliant. Then 11 nights of all-inclusive cruising on the brand new Norwegian Prima even. And it has got premium drinks package included, shore excursion credits, Wi-Fi and a night of specialty dining included. And of course, you've got your flight back from New York after your Caribbean cruise. Deposit today of just £199. I was going to say each. Well, yeah, each. Yeah, £199 each. Even if it's just you, it's just £199 as a deposit. 3,299 is your price tag. And I think that's pretty good, actually, considering how much is included in the cruise as well. And, you know, listen, you may be cruising solo, but you're going to have friends from around the world, new ones, when you come back from a holiday like this as well. Do you fancy it? Here's the details on the upgrades as well, by the way, if you want to go up to Ocean View or indeed to balcony on that. Really, really nice little offer. Norwegian are fantastic because their ships are incredible. They are, you know, new, fresh, vibrant. And again, like all cruise ships, it's kind of difficult to paint the whole cruise industry with one brush. But most of the larger cruiser lines have got, first of all, you know, there are kind of meeting activities, you know, if you are cruising solo, that are built into the programme.
Solo mixers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that might not be for you, but it's there if you want to.
I think it's worth going to. Give it a go. You'll enjoy it. You know, you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
enjoy this. It's an experience of a lifetime. And yeah, just have the best time. And if you haven't seen something there that you think, oh, I actually would rather cruise solo, but somewhere else, get in touch. We can make it happen for you wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, maybe the cruise line that you've got in mind hasn't featured on this show. Obviously, we only have half an hour at a time. Well, just give the team a call, 0800 953 4700. I mean, you might fancy something with the MSC Yacht Club. You might fancy something with Azamara. You might fancy a different part of the world.
All of it. Derek's line, I want all of it, please.
Absolutely. Give our team a call right now, 0800 953 4700 and stick around.